Jim Rat Pack back in the house, and this time we are reviewing the 4th and 5th episodes of The Boys season 3. As always, this guy hasn't seen it.
This thing hasn't seen it.
He's seen episode 4,
not 5.
I've seen 5 and 4, so we'll do our best to give you a
Piece
brief
it together.
Piece it. So as far as I remember, 4. So Billy Butcher has the temporary V.
Yeah.
And they want to go to Russia to find I'm just going to brief summation of what's going on. They want to go to Russia to find the weapon that killed Soldier Boy.
Yes.
Supposedly killed Soldier Boy. He's killed Gunsmoke or Gunpowder at that time. Yeah, with the powers.
Yeah.
And as he's shooting up, Huey finds him, the skinny one.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Like, you're shooting up that stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he wants some, and he's like, "No. Yeah, I would.
24 hours.
Yeah. And then but Butcher's like, "No, you don't want none of this." Blah 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 blah. So anyway,
what is he shooting up exactly?
Temporary V. Compound V to give him superpowers. Only
for 24 hours.
24 hours
okay.
gives them superpowers.
Okay.
So they first go to what's the French guys? Frenchie. They go to a woman called Nina, a Russian woman who Frenchie used to work for, because she wants to kill one of his friends for stealing drugs off of her. So Billy Butcher goes, "Look, we know you've got contacts in Russia to help us get in there and get into this facility. Here's some money to take care of the drugs that Frenchie's friend stole.
Right.
Help us out." So she gets them into Russia. They get into this military compound, and they're looking around, and they see this hamster that has powers, and it's like it's in this like glass cage, but it's like bouncing around. Bouncing around the cage, like. And then they see this like sort of cylindrical container. So Billy Butcher, no, this is before or after they have the shootout?
Before, isn't it?
No, they have the shootout and then they open the cylinder. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
So these guards come in, right? And then they start shooting. Billy Butcher runs out of bullets. So he's hey cunts, and then they start shooting him, and is going on like, because he doesn't know they have powers at this point, right? And he's like, no, but then the bullets are bouncing off of him, and he's just like, what the hell? Because he has no idea. And then he starts using these lasers to murk all of them, right? And then someone comes behind is about to shoot him, and then Huey teleports and punches a hole through the guy's chest. So obviously he's taking V, but Butcher didn't give him none, so he stole some. Right? But when he teleports, he teleports out of his clothes as well. So he's naked. And then is looking at him thinking, "Your dick's out."
That was funny. It was
funny. So then they murk the guards. So Billy Butcher then rips open the cylindrical thing, and then they see that it's Soldier Boy. So they're like confused because they thought Soldier Boy was dead.
Yeah, everyone thought he's dead.
Right. Soldier Boy has these new, because they've been experimenting on him, these Russians. Right. He has these new powers, right, which basically like a whole load of lasers come out of his chest. Best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
So that happens after he comes out of the cylindrical thing, and it hits Kamiko, Frenchie's girlfriend who has powers, right? But she doesn't heal. Like she heals just like that, like Wolverine. Okay. She doesn't heal. So it looks like the lasers take away people's powers from Soldier Boy. So Soldier Boy then walks away. They try and get Kamiko to a hospital. I think they treat her at their facility first, and then they get her to a hospital. And then Frenchie, obviously, and Butcher have it out about why he's taking Compound V or temporary Compound V and whatnot. And
Can you get any power when you take Compound V, or is it just like
you get a certain power, but you always get that same power.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? But you don't know what powers you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So so they take her to the hospital. They come back into the US. That Nina is pissed because they've killed a whole bunch of people, including some of her people in the Kremlin. So she wants payback, and she's saying that she's telling Frenchie he has to pay her back because she's the one she knows. She doesn't know Billy Butcher, right? So she tells him he has to go and kill a man and his child. And he's like, I don't kill children. Yeah. And she goes, well, you've done it before, so you know what I mean? Yeah. Get to it.
Ain't no pain, we'll do it again.
You know what I mean? So then the 5th episode is when Soldier Boy manages to jump on a plane in a cargo hold to get to the US, right? He's got a big beard, all dirty and whatnot. So he lands in the US. And for some reason, he does that laser thing again, and he lasers up, burns that whole building down, doesn't he?
Okay.
And this is the 5th one. You haven't seen this
one, yeah.
So then, this is on all the news, and you can see Homelander's a little bit digi.
Right.
He's trying to play it off like, oh, this is no threat. They interview him, and it's like, this is no threat. Yeah. But I think deep down, they're trying to show that he actually does know about Soldier Boy. Yeah. So this is no threat. And then Starlight was like, no, we need to go deal with this. So he's like, you go find him then. You go find him and deal with it.
Yeah, we right? Big self.
Queen Maeve is the one that's getting Billy Butcher the Compound V. And they get together, they have a little drink, and they have at it as well. Right? Then the next day, Homelander can smell Billy Butcher on her. So he's like, you're used to plotting something against me. So then Black Noir grabs her, and they do something with her. What they've done with her is not clear at the moment. But also Supersonic, who's the new member of the Seven, he's a good old friend of Starlight. And Starlight is like, look, will you join me if we've got a weapon coming? And, will you join me in taking care of Homelander? So he was like, yeah. And then A-Train has a set to with Homelander because there's another hero, I forgot his name now, but he's going around the black community. He's a racist, basically. And he's overdoing, he's killing black men basically when he thinks they're committing crimes, when most of them are not even committing crimes. Right. So A-Train is saying, look, he wants to have a sit down with him, and Homelander is not really on it. Right. So then him and the Deep get into a little set too, and then that Supersonic says, yeah, we're getting a weapon, do you want to join us? So he's kind of on it. But then Starlight, because there's Starlight and Homelander have a TV romance, right? To boost up their numbers, right? So he takes her to the top of the building. He says, I want to show you something. Takes her to the top of the building, and laying there is the body of Supersonic, all mashed up, like legs all gone everywhere, face all caved in. And then he's like, listen, I'm going to tell you one more time, just so there's no argument, do not plot against me. It's not going to happen, right? Right. So we find out that it was A-Train, little traitor. I really don't like A-Train, Yeah. Little traitor went and told Homelander what Supersonic told him. Right. That's how he knew. Okay. Right. So then after Soldier Boy does all that destroying the building stuff, they go to find Billy Butcher and all the others go to find a former CEO of Vought, which they were quite friendly with, to find, because they know that Soldier Boy came to see him before he did that building thing, right? Or after maybe. And then he didn't really want to say, but he's a coked up old guy who talking about all the stars he's been with and whatnot. And eventually he tells them that he's going to go find his old girlfriend, Crimson something. I can't forget her name. Right? And he says, I don't think it's going to be a good reunion. So he tells them where to find them. So his old girlfriend, Crimson whatever, she's on the boys' version of OnlyFans, right? And this is going to make you laugh. because this guy is an executive producer on the show. But guess who's there on the other side, putting the lotion on his hands, getting ready to bash one out to her on her OnlyFans?
Go.
Seth Rogen.
Oh, wow.
He looks old as well. He's looking really old.
He's
But
old.
Seth Rogen was like, yeah. Hurry up, man. I ain't got time for talk. I just want to, like, you know what I mean?
Get to the bit.
Get to the bit. So he goes, take that spandex off and put. She gets these baseball bat-sized anal beads, and she's warming it up in the candle.
Oh, stop.
And he was like, yeah, pop those things in there. And he's got a big bottle of lotion there with him going, and he's there jacking off. He's jacking off, and then she's all playing with it. And then Billy Butcher comes in and then tackles her to the floor. And then the camera just goes like dead. And he's there, he's like, what happened? What?
You know Seth Rogen loved that.
He loved that.
He loved that.
He probably jacked up for real.
Yeah, he's the type. Method actor.
Anyway, so they get Crimson, whatever her name is, Soldier Boy's girlfriend, and they're holding her, they chain her up, and they know Soldier Boy's coming, obviously, so they're asking her a bunch of questions. She won't tell them nothing, but she knew Soldier Boy was alive, so she knew that he wasn't dead.
Oh, okay.
Right? So there's something going on there. So when Soldier Boy comes, so just before Soldier Boy comes, actually, is drinking some water, and then he starts to feel groggy. And then he's collapsing on the floor, and Billy Butcher's just looking at him. And so he realizes Billy Butcher drugged him with Rohypnol.
Right.
And he's like, why did you do that? He doesn't say then, but then you come to find out that him and Huey, Billy Butcher and Huey, have told each other that they're going to make a deal with Soldier Boy so they can destroy Homelander. So, but then before that, Starlight comes. And then Huey's like, what are you doing then? And was like, he called her because he thought they might need some backup. Right? These two, Huey and Billy Butcher, have both taken V again by that point as well. Right? So Starlight's come. She's gone to have a chat with Huey. While they're chatting and thingy's collapsed, Soldier Boy comes and Billy Butcher's there and he says, listen, I've got a whole gift wrap for you. We need to team up. So obviously, you know what that means. They want to go after Homelander.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Soldier Boy's gone in there. So obviously he said yes to the team up. And he said, why didn't you come after me? I loved you. And then she was blatantly like, we all hated you. Like, do you know what I mean? I didn't even get any money for it. Like, like giving him up to the Russians or whatnot. And he said they did all these experiments on me because they show throughout the episode, the 5th episode, they show all the experiments they did on him.
Oh, flashing back.
Yeah, which obviously messed him up, but it's given him more powers. Like, he's literally indestructible now.
Right.
So he then does his laser thing out the chest and burns her to a crisp. Right.
That's what you get. Should have even pretended. I wanted to, baby.
Yeah.
I wanted to find you.
And then he comes out, and then Starlight and Huey, they hear the explosion, obviously. So they've come. Starlight is trying to get her crappy powers got activated because her eyes start glowing, like she's gonna do anything to Soldier Boy. And then Huey goes in front of her because he knows the plan, obviously. And she was like, "What are you doing?" And then she knows. Then she finds out what the plan is, that they're gonna use Soldier Boy to fight and kill Homelander. And they were like, "You can't do that. He's a murderer." Blah 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 blah. But he was like, "Listen, we got to fight fire with fire." So
yeah,
it is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
So they've gone off. And none, even though Starlight didn't want them to, they've gone off with Soldier Boy. I'm just trying to remember if there's anything more. Oh, Vought. Yeah, I told you the show's like that. So remember, the CEO of Vought, which is Giancarlo Esposito,
right?
He gets ousted. So the senator, who's really a soup, Victoria something, she's about to follow Giancarlo's orders to do a press conference on Homelander, but Homelander pays her a visit and gets her to turn sides,
right,
and do it on him. So then she's like, "Oh, you know, Homelander has come forward as a whistleblower to show that he, you know, the CEO of Vought has been doing illegal stuff, blah blah blah." So he's had to step down. So now the leader of Vought is Homelander.
Right.
Oh.
And then he appoints a new CEO, which is that gingerhead girl that's always the assistant.
Yeah.
Right? So he basically has the whole board eating out the palm of his hands.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Living the dream.
Yeah. And Giancarlo Esposito was just letting him know that, listen, I don't respect you. Like, there's going to be no one to clean up your messes now. You know what I mean? That's all that is. And he just says, yeah, I don't respect you because you're just, all I see you as is bad product. Only he could drop that line. And he just walked away. Nothing, Homelander didn't even do nothing to him. I thought, yeah, that's a bad man.
Yeah.
But as far as I read, you guys can let me know if I've missed anything out, but I think that's the end of that 5th
You've
episode.
done really well.
I think so.
I think you've done really well.
So,
what's the Homelander's, what's his real name? The actor.
I can't remember.
But you know what?
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
He's fantastic.
Love that guy.
He's fantastic.
You know what? Because he shows so much in his face, yeah, without saying anything. And I don't think anyone else does it as good as him.
Yeah.
Like, he's brilliant at playing Homelander. They casted
Starr.
that. What's his name?
Anthony Starr from New Zealand.
Definitely.
wow.
He's 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, salute.
Big time,
because
big time.
you're carrying it in certain ways.
Yes.
Like,
He's
a real bad guy.
It's him and Carl Urban.
Yes.
Carl Urban, who plays Billy Butcher, is the non-superpowered version of him.
Yes.
Because he's not a nice guy himself.
No.
And he'll do whatever he has to do to win.
Yeah.
But now he's getting suit powers.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
you know
saying.
What I mean? So,
Billy's the type to turn to the dark side.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you could. He's one of those you could convince. You never know. You never know. Show him something. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, one of those.
Yeah,
and that's why, love both of them. There's stuff you love about Homelander, but you hate him. And Billy Butcher, same as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's, it's a thin line.
Yeah.
There's a thin line.
And it's funny you say that because that's the line MM keeps telling Billy Butcher because he presents to him the temporary V and he's like, nah, man, I got to draw a line somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was like, oh, draw a line. Like your dad drew a line when he died of a dodgy ticker trying to fight them by, writing letters.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's going to win however he's going to win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas MM, like you said, is the one that's going to draw lines.
That's what I'm saying. Give me them superpowers for 24 hours. I don't know. I'm not going to be a hero. Probably not. I'm going to be a fucking bastard. You know, one of those. Like, I can go to the dark side. Darth Vader might take me. I'm coming. I just saw you drag up the spaceship. I'm with you, bro. I never see Obi do that.
I never see Yoda do that. I never see none of them do that.
I'm going with the black guy.
But do you know what? Like I said, right now, after Ozark's finished, The Boys is the best thing on TV right now.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait. I really don't want this season to end.
No.
Do
we know how many episodes there are?
I think there's at least 10.
Okay.
There's at least 10.
Because
they released it. So they released the first three, didn't they, at once? And now they're releasing it every Friday, one
drip
at a time.
drip feed.
Which, as you should do, because it's the anticipation now for the next one.
Builds conversation.
Right. The water cooler moment, as John Campion likes to say. It's fantastic. So, you want to say any more about it?
I just want to say, it is actually the best visual superhero thing going right now.
It's funny, do you know?
Series kind of, like of all the series that have been on Netflix, I'm talking the Luke Cages, the
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
This is
the one.
This is why.
And do you know what it is about this? You don't even have to be into superheroes to want to like this.
No.
Like, because a lot of people are not into superhero programs and films and whatnot. And because I had a friend an acquaintance I was having a chat with the other day. And he said that he recommended it to his sister, who doesn't like superhero shows. Like, she cusses him all the time about watching superhero shows. And he said, no, just give this a watch. And now she's hooked.
But it feels like it's only like 20% superhero-less.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That you get so caught up in the characters and the
drama.
narrative and what's going on that that's just...
Yeah, so that's our take on it, man. So, see, episodes 4 and 5 of The Boys, what did you guys think of it? Because We loved it.
Yeah.
Well, you love 4.
I love
You're
4.
gonna see 5.
I know. I can't wait to see 5, even by just hearing what you said. Like, spoiler or no spoiler.
Yeah, man.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
Yeah. And this guy.
I'll buy a TV at some point. It's on the list.
Yeah, but anyway, let us know what you think of those 2 episodes, yeah? Leave some comments down below.